Villagers, thank you for your love and support. I appreciate you all. We can never leave everything in the hands of the leaders in the front line to do. We also have to contribute our quota in order to make sure that we have a better Africa and a peaceful environment in order to live in harmony, to enjoy the resources that we have. So, they are calling for mobilization of the population in the Sahel to support the AES leaders. We've seen that they have been receiving attacks day in, day out, and always they tell us internal and external actors are responsible for this, and they always point a finger at France. The recent one that we saw happen in Niamey International Airport just a few days ago on the 18th of June, the same finger was pointed at France. According to the Nigerian leaders, these people were sponsored by Emmanuel Macron. So for that reason, they are calling on the general public, the population, to mobilize so that together we can fight against these activities. And they are making it clear that whatever that is happening in Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso isn't only for these leaders or these countries. It's connected to all of us. So today, if you sit down and allow your territory to be used against them, you shouldn't forget. My people will say, when you teach a child how to insult elders, the day there will not be anyone, you, the mother or the father, will be the next target. So because of that, they're asking that all of us should come together in unity to fight against these activities. That whatever that is happening in our respective countries, we are not happy seeing our resources taken out day in, day out while we continue to live in poverty. So we all love what is happening in Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, what the leaders are doing, nationalizing the resources and taking control over the narrative of the affairs of the country.
We saw him in Bamako during the attack in Afghanistan. And the last time, to Niamey after the attack against the airport. We have seen the mobilization of the civilian population, and this mobilization allowed to put the hand on several teloteles. It means that the population starts by being one, with a that's it. It is this spontaneous popular mobilization, which is moreover the best weapon of these revolutionary regimes. Any revolutionary regime must be able to be like in the people as the fish in the water. This spontaneous popular mobilization was destroyed, as well as in Bamako, just like always in Ouaga, is really the greatest strength on which these regimes can. You have been thinking at length about the necessity, between our countries to agree. You have given the example of Benin and Niger. The example of Benin and Niger is a good example. If things are realized as they are, that we currently hope for them. But how do you want? Recently I learned, if it's not true, you'll enlighten me. The Ivory Coast, including his Minister of Defense, says no. No one alone can overcome terrorism, that we must work together. The Deputy Minister is now. You take nationals of countries that suffer from terrorism. You keep them at home. You attack them. You organize one impossible communication review. You are already attacking, just to insult the leaders of the countries they claim to be. How do you want these people to get together with you to fight terrorism, while their terrorists in ties are attacked by you in your capitals? The example of Benin. Does Benin? We will stop fattening up nationals of other countries, just to allow them to demolish their own country. You can't say that. I will fight with you against terrorism, while you pay terrorists in ties to demolish my country. I believe that if, on this point, we do not agree on a minimum of mutual security, I can't pay someone to denigrate Benin. I can't pay someone to denigrate Burkina. I can't pay someone to denigrate the Ivory Coast, and vice versa. This country also should not pay people to denigrate me. If we do not reach this conceptual minimum, we can't get together to fight terrorism, if not the population itself. Our populations are not only malignant Bukria, nos populations Togo, Benin, Ghana, Ivory Coast. None of them wants to be. Find yourself in the genius one day. None of them want to end up with Sharia. One day nobody of them wants to meet again, with white people disguised as Tuareg, exploiting our countries. Nobody wants that because we know that all this. Forget Jerome, forget yourself. You rule, forget everything you want. Of the deep states, because you are here, we say, France, we say no. Even France, the French leaders, but they are nothing. They are only métayers, racing boys of the oligarchs, what is called the deep state. Those who have the money are the ones who send it. So if we want to get out of it, effectively, we need to get along and we need to mobilize. I said here in terms of awareness that it is necessary to communicate with the population. So we need to communicate more, as the populations are already willing to help the leaders. It is still necessary to strengthen the communication so that any terrorist, when he comes, whether it is a Ukrainian or French rule, that he knows that he will have to deal with all the people. No to one or two soldiers lost somewhere in the savannah. Yeah, but yes, there is one question. Essential fundamental is the question of trust. Comment est-ce que the General Abdurrahman Tiani has pointed the finger at France during the attacks of January and last 1806. Burkina Traoré does not stop. Point the finger at Western. But how is Mali doing tomorrow? Comment est-ce que we can cooperate with people who want to destroy us, who want to destructure our countries, by accepting that they have military bases, still in our countries when we know very well. We know deeply that the evil is there, but now I take the evil. I install it at home.
He is there watching us, but when they are there, do you think it's for our beautiful eyes to help us fight against terrorism? No. We saw the example of Mali. The European forces spent how much time in Mali? Yes.
Yes, but
no,
well, this accusation.
It's not a matter of accusation, Gilles. It's a fundamental question.
Now that Niger and Benin are coming together, or the officers are working.
The least we can do to earn trust, yes.
The truth will emerge.
It's that Benin should say, yes, we will cooperate, but we need to rely on our own forces. How do we, the Deputy Prime Minister Tene Ibrahim Traoré, Jules Traoré, Ouattara. One could say that he is ready, his country, Côte d'Ivoire, is ready to cooperate now with the AES countries if he wants. But in the meantime, you have stationed 3,000 French and American soldiers at the borders with these countries.
You spoke of sovereignty. Each country has the right to conclude.
Yes, but you are the one who asked the question. This question is fundamental. Yeah. You say, can the pooling of forces, the cooperation between countries, between states, not allow for an effective fight against terrorism? That was the question. But how can we allow those who want to destroy us to settle in our countries and have that trust to try to work? Do you believe today?
This is not a working session between African countries to analyze the accusations precisely.
No, but do you believe today?
This is not a dialogue. Let's have the debate. We believe that.
Do you believe today that Niger will provide strategic security information to Benin, which can exploit it through Western European military bases, which can exploit it otherwise against those countries? The
That's why I'm asking the question.
Is fundamental.
It's not that African countries come together and define their defense strategy.
We can start with what is simple. Anani, we are all Africans. If tomorrow you have a political problem in Togo, Ghana can welcome you. Thank you. Your security is assured. But if Ghana welcomes you to ensure your security and now to attack the security of the rest of the Togolese, you are alone, right? But they give you the means there to destabilize all of Togo. Our countries need to start with that. Do not host the destabilizers of the neighbor and give them both financial and military means and communication means to destabilize their country of origin. That at least has nothing to do with French, American, or Ukrainian bases and all that. That's easy to do. I was welcome. Anani Soglo, you were welcome for humanitarian reason. Be quiet. You don't need to be on TikTok disparaging your country. That's the minimum. Are these countries today who are shouting, oh yes, we will get along, we will work together, capable of that? It's the most basic thing. Are they capable? Freedom of what?
Of expression.
Okay. There, we will use the same freedom of expression against them.
Excellent.
And they will see.
Is the real danger TikTok? Others were not on TikTok, but they were more dangerous.
Wait, it starts with TikTok. No, Damiba never spoke on TikTok.
Yes, but was I saying how he communicated? Everything begins with the word. In the beginning was the word. I didn't say that. Go learn your Bible. In the beginning, everything starts with what we say. No matter if it's TikTok, WhatsApp, radio, television, or anything else, many films, everything starts there. So we must stop making people who seek asylum for their safety. We must stop turning them into weapons against their country of origin. That's the minimum. There you go.
They are calling all the people in Africa to let this thing that is happening, these CT activities happening in Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, to be a concern for everybody. That whether you are in Ivory Coast, in Benin, or whatever, the time for us to unite and see this threat as a threat to the whole of Africa is now, or we continue to be folding our arms and then allowing or helping in one way or the other to destabilize the nations in Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. So for that matter, they are calling on everybody to come on board. We all have a responsibility towards that. Like one time, the president of Ghana made it clear at Chatham House that this thing that is in the Sahel was created during the time of Muammar Gaddafi, when they wanted to take out Muammar Gaddafi. Today, Muammar Gaddafi is gone. Look at how these activities have spread, and they keep spreading. And we keep folding our arms, watching. And in the name of these activities, we are losing our resources. So they are calling on everybody to make this their concern. We all love what is happening in Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. We wish that Africa, we have leaders like the leaders that we are seeing in Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, whereby the African can take control over his or her affairs. But we can never get that if we continue to fold our arms and acting in isolation, because we can never achieve the Agenda 26 we have set for ourselves if we continue to be doing things this way, while we allow people to divide and conquer. That if you allow the people to take control over your resources, you should understand that your people will live in poverty, absolute poverty. So the panel on News World made it clear to us that we all need to come together in order for us to have the peace we are looking for. Africa will never get its peace if we continue to be living in pieces. You don't expect to be in pieces and still have peace. It's not possible. And the division among us is what is helping other people. We've also seen the general mobilization of the military in Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, and how they're also mobilizing the population so that the population will understand that what is happening is for you and I. If today they succeed, it's you, the ordinary ones, they always call us like the politicians, that will enjoy. Things will become better. Life will become better. Nobody ever wants to see the African at the top. So we have to fight to get to the top by trying to take things into our own hands. Like Captain Ibrahim Traore made it clear to us, in this world, freedom is taken and not given. So we cannot continue to be talking all the time, expecting this freedom we are looking for to come to us. It will never come. Never will we have that freedom if we are not ready to fight for it. Because other people's survival depends on our resources. And the resources cannot be used to benefit other people while we continue to suffer. So the time for us to stop the talking and act collectively against these CT activities, do away with them forever and ever, and take charge of the narrative of the African, whereby we can live in peace, we can have our resources used to benefit us, is now. But if we continue to be folding our arms, watching like the way we continue to watch, making it look as if it is because they are led by the military. That's why we are having these insurgencies, forgetting that even Nigeria is led by a democratic government, yet Boko Haram is everywhere day in, day out. And we are having reports of how these people are overpowering things. So the time for the unity that we are calling for in speech is now for us to act in action. So collectively, the African can be saved once and for all. Ready to News World. We are the only ones that can set ourselves free. United we stand, divided we fall, and united we keep standing forever and ever. The greatest enemy of the African is mental slavery. So let's decolonize ourselves from mental slavery. Let's keep sharing to educate our brothers and sisters. Together we make Africa great for ourselves and the next generations that are going to come. So that's the latest around the world, in Africa, West Africa, and in AES.